What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical average American here today to react and learn about what Swedes think of Norway and Norwegians. When I think about it, I have absolutely no idea what the relationship is like between Norway and Sweden, even though I do know that the two countries are right next to each other. They are buddies in terms of physical distance and being connected to each other. I also know that a lot of Norwegians will drive to Sweden to purchase certain grocery store stuff and alcohol and other, so that makes it sound like a very friendly relationship between Sweden and Norway. I know historically speaking, like hundreds of years ago, Norway and Sweden were both part of like the same empire for a while, but I have no idea what the relationship is really now between Norway and Sweden, and this video I thought sounded so interesting, a glimpse into this. I know what Americans feel about Norway. Americans really love Norway and really look up to Norway as a shining example of a lot of healthcare policies and social welfare and government, but what do Swedes think about Norway? That's fascinating, especially with how close the two countries are together. So I think this is going to be really fun and interesting. Let's take a look.
So I believe that Norwegian sounds more positive because I think it always finishes with a huh.
What? That is not at all what I was expecting this to start out on. So this is a Swedish person. She likes the Norwegian language. She thinks Norwegians sound really friendly. That's good. That's a compliment. And that Norwegian ends in huh? I've never heard that. I didn't know that. All right, so this is good.
Like that.
Hi everyone, in today's video we're asking Swedish people that what do they think about Norway and the people of Norway.
Okay.
So let us see what do they have to say about it.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that Swedish people work more. They want to work more because they go to Norway and work.
Swedish people want to work more? I mean, Norway is very expensive, right? I would think Norwegians have to work their butts off in order to afford living in such a really expensive country. I wonder if this is like a cultural thing I don't understand.
And Norway is also a richer country, I would say.
Right.
That's all I can think about right now.
Okay.
Norwegian people have very good fishes, and they have a high.
Norway has very good fish. What do you think about Norway? They have really, really good fish. That's a compliment. It's kind of random.
High salary. I want to come to Norway. Please, the president or statsminister or who is responsible, take me there. Fix a passport.
I mean, this guy wants to go to Norway. Several of the people have commented on how wealthy Norway is and have implied that they'd like to work in Norway.
To me, I want to come to Norway, find a job there, and get a high salary, and live my life there.
Right.
Country itself, it's very, well, it's beautiful, first of all.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know anything about Sweden and its geography, but if the Swedish people here are commenting on Norway being beautiful, I think Norway is, even amongst the Scandinavian countries, Norway is special.
It's something about the spirit of the land. Yes.
Huh.
That they're super fit and they love the outdoors.
They love the outdoors, super fit, they have good fish. A lot of very positive things so far from Swedish people. That's nice.
I think Norwegians always sound very happy.
Happy.
When I think about Norway, I think about skiing.
Skiing. This is just a list of the most Norwegian stuff ever being listed. Skiing, happy, rich, beautiful.
People are
Okay. Wow.
Norwegians. The stereotype I have about Norwegians are that they're happy.
Oh.
Happy and like energized. Yeah, that's my view on that.
That's so nice. Like, this is such a wholesome video. I didn't know what... I was a little nervous. I don't know what Swedish people were gonna say about Norwegians, but it is overwhelmingly positive. It's really nice. Norway and Sweden must have a really, really, really good relationship, which is really nice. And Swedes think Norwegians are happy. Norway definitely scores really, really high in, like, those happiness charts, happiness rankings every year. So that is actually true by the data.
There's a lot of nature in Norway.
Nature.
Where you can go away from cities.
Yeah.
Out nature.
Yeah.
I think Norwegian society is a really advanced one.
Oh.
Norway has really beautiful landscapes.
Everyone here is talking about how beautiful Norway is as a country. And this is the first time I'm hearing him acknowledge how advanced Norway is. Like, I don't know exactly what he's talking about. Technology, maybe? Norway does have a lot of electric vehicles and is really progressive with its technology policies. That's definitely true. Man, these people are very, very complimentary. It's nice. Whenever I have seen a video of people and what they think about America, it's nothing like this. I think that's something that really sticks out to me too, and why I'm so excited to see such positivity is when people talk about Americans, it's not always so nice.
Nature.
Nature.
So I think it must be awesome to be Norwegian,
Oh.
have a Norwegian salary, to be able to afford a beer in Norway.
There'll be a lot of people talking about they're envious of how wealthy Norway is.
Yeah, well, compared to Sweden, Norwegians talk very funny in their native language. It sounds weird.
Very what?
They
Very...
talk very funny in their
Very funny. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think he's kind of joking. Norwegians talk funny. Okay.
native language.
I'm sure Norwegians think Swedes sound a little strange as well.
Sounds weird.
I think the language sounds kind of funny and stupid.
Oh no. Okay. We finally found it. We finally found some of the criticisms. Although I think they're poking fun. They're like making jokes. It's not super serious. It's like kind of they're just being really nationalistic. Like they love Sweden and Swedish language. So they're like, "Oh, I think Norwegian sounds weird." Like, okay, it's not a compliment for once, but I don't think it's much of an insult.
It sounds like they don't really know what they're saying and make
Oh my
words as they go. And they have great fish.
Yeah. That is not the first time that fish has been brought up.
I think
Which makes sense, because Norway is all the coastline. Sweden, gosh, I haven't thought about Sweden much. Sweden doesn't have much coast, right? Norway is like all coast, so that's where all the fish are. This makes sense now, why they're mentioning fish so much.
like the Norwegian people are more rich, so
Rich?
for us in Sweden, when we visit Norway, it's really expensive and
Ah.
that's pretty different.
Oh, I just assumed like all the Scandinavian countries were kind of rich. Apparently Norway is specifically very rich. Like Sweden is not even similar in terms of like wealth and fish in some stuff. This is actually interesting. I'm learning a bit about Sweden here as well.
They're quite like Swedish, but they speak a bit different. Probably the biggest stereotype is they will have oil money, and that's probably
Money,
why
oil
they like
money.
Norwegians.
I think Norwegians are often pretty good looking, as
Good looking.
most of them.
That's kind of a stereotype that Americans have of Norwegians as well, is that Norwegians are all blonde, tall, Vikings, good looking. Some Swedish people think that as well. That's a nice one.
More at least, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't like Norwegian people. They are rude and annoying, I think.
So
Okay. There you go. We finally have someone say something really negative. That is what that's what everyone says about America all the time, is that we are weird and rude and annoying. But even still, so I sympathize. I did not expect anyone to be that critical. Wow.
So I believe that Norwegian sounds more positive.
Yeah.
Because I think it always finishes with a huh.
Huh? Okay. I never knew that.
Yes, I like the Norwegians. They speak in a very nice way.
There we go.
Sounds happy.
Happy.
Norwegian is a very mountainy country.
Yeah.
People are very nice.
Most people in Sweden think Norwegians are very nice and rich. That's what I'm getting out of this. Except for that one guy.
Experience from Norwegian people, I've been working with them in some projects, is that there's not a big difference between Norwegians and Swedes, and that all Norwegians that I have met are nice people.
Well, I see now that Swedish people are very, very, very good at English as well. So I'm guessing maybe Norwegians and Swedes communicate using English? Possibly? So that's actually really interesting. I never thought about that at all.
Norway is expensive. And I think that maybe Swedish people and Norwegian people are like kind of the same.
There we go again. There's a couple people here who are like, Norwegians and Swedes are similar in a lot of ways, which is honestly coming from someone, I don't know anything about this, but I would have assumed that Norway and Sweden have a lot of similarities, a lot of differences, but a lot of similarities too. So that's actually nice to hear.
Sweden is better.
As a Swede, we all love Norwegian, right?
Okay.
Always back up the Nordic country, right?
Okay.
So I've been to Norway once to ski, and very good country. Love the people.
Nice.
I think they are more social in Norway, and then compared to Sweden.
Norwegians are more social?
I think they are more social in Norway.
They're more social in Norway. And I've heard Norwegians are not super social or not very quick to warm up to new people. So what does that mean for Swedish people? If Swedish people are less social. Oh boy.
And then compared to Sweden, we are more closed up. We don't talk as much.
Wow. Wow.
In Sweden, we use snus more than in Norwegian.
Snus! I know about the snus. I reacted to a whole video learning what snus was. I know that's popular in Norway. Apparently it's more popular in Sweden. That's I mean, they say, what do you think about Norway? And the first thing that comes to her mind is snus. Okay.
I don't know, it's a Swedish type of thing. The most Swedes use snus. Yeah, so I think it's very expensive.
Yeah.
That sucks. Why is it so expensive? And
they sound like Americans a little bit. We're like, why is it's so expensive? Why is it so expensive? Man, Norway, everyone just thinks Norway is expensive. But also, like Americans, most of these Swedes, almost all of them, think Norwegians are really great. So, that's nice.
The language is very beautiful.
Okay, one of them was making fun of Norwegian language. And now we have someone who's calling it beautiful. So I don't know what to think.
That's all I have to say.
Okay, so I'd say the landscape of Norway can be pretty cool. The fjords, the mountains, going skiing, the people and the language. Yeah, it's not good.
You know, it's been some of the younger people as well. Maybe they're like a little more willing to be edgy and like be a little more controversial. Because two of the younger boys have been like negative about Norway. But I guess at least he thinks it has cool mountains and fjords. That is true.
But the landscape is kind of cool.
I think the Norwegian people is kind, but I also see them as very rich.
Kind and rich.
And I believe that in my head, every Norwegian drives a Tesla.
Every Norwegian drives a Tesla. That is that's a stereotype as well.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about them.
Huh.
That was all from today's video, and we hope that you guys really enjoyed it. And if you want to listen more,
wow, that was very interesting. That was by Let's Walk Around, and I'm gonna give that a like. That was really good. I like how they walked up to just random people, just random Swedes, and were just like, "What do you think of Norway?" And I appreciate everyone being really open and honest. Even those two young kids who had negative things, but most everyone in this video had something really, really nice and positive to say about Norway, and also that Norway is expensive and rich and has fish. It was a lot of the same stuff. So I was thinking that going into this video, it was going to be a lot of positive stuff about Norway. And I think that turned out to be absolutely true. I think that's absolutely true. I think Norway and Sweden has a really, really great relationship by the look of it, which is awesome, especially since you're stuck together side by side. So that's good that you like each other. Swedes love Norway. As a Norwegian, I love my Swedish brothers and sisters. Swede here, I see Norway and Norwegians like siblings. We love to tease each other, but if anything happens, we come together. That's kind of what I got here. The vibe I was getting was that it's like siblings. Like, some people were poking a little fun at the Norwegian language and culture, but it was all kind of in good fun for the most part, and most people had nothing bad to say. As a Norwegian, I like Swedes. Very international. They're hardworking, business-oriented. Huh. I have a couple Swedish friends. They always tease me. As a Norwegian, it's almost like being in the same country when I'm in Sweden. Norwegians and Swedes speak their own language and still understand 90% of what's said. Oh! So Norwegian and Swedish are very similar languages. I did not know that. So you can communicate just normally and understand most of it. That's really interesting, actually. Really interesting. I love everything about Sweden. I'm happy to be Norwegian. Okay, so a lot of Norwegians have watched this video. Probably to be like, okay, what do the Swedes have to say about us? And a lot of the Norwegians have really, really nice things to say about Sweden. And the Swedes here had great things to say about Norway. So I am very, very happy with this video. This was very wholesome, very fun. I had no idea what the relationship was like. So this was really cool to learn about not only Norway, but how countries near Norway, like how in Sweden, affect and interact with each other. Because it's very rare I ever get to hear about something other than America and what people think of America. So this was a nice change. This was very insightful and interesting. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Norway and Norwegian culture and stuff about Norway I have never seen, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.